work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like It or Not starts now.
Hey. All right. Hey, what's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon.
Yes. You're right. My bad. Welcome to Like It or Not. Wait, actually, I'm doing. Let me do the good mornings. I think that's what threw me. Because I'm just so good. Wait a minute.
It's afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hey, y'all. That's how we're going to start today. Y'all can tell when we only used to doing that morning show. It's stuck in our head.
And is. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
and not care who doesn't like it.
And I still said good morning. Anyways, look, how are you been? It's, I know you've been really, really busy. And this was just like a busy weekend. Today's a holiday. How's your weekend been? Valentine's Day, all the things.
Yeah,
right?
all the things. Let me get this out my shot now that I think about it. Yeah. It's still going on, man. I'm living. It's all a blur for me. The week is the weekend, except we have church. We had church yesterday. We had good church. We always have good church. Just at least by the reactions from the people in the chat room. So shout out to all the folks who come to Sunday services with Pastor Ben. Yesterday was interesting, special. It was good. Praise the Lord for it.
Well, what made it interesting yesterday?
Just some stuff we talked about that was,
secret society. You should have been at church.
Yes, should have been in the house. You should have been in the house. That's right, Tracy, Eva. They should have been in the house of the Lord. You ain't got to get out of bed. You don't even have to get out of the bed to come. You could go right in while you
you roll over
and brushing your teeth and taking care of your morning glory and all that kind of good stuff. You know how much time y'all could be in and out of that bathroom in 5 minutes.
Look, cool. When I get in that restroom for just makeup, even brushing my teeth, I make it all. So I romanticize all of it. Even if I'm sitting on the toilet, I romanticize all of it because I feel like if I'm rushing, I just feel like it's just gonna be a lot. So
I love it. It. But the weekend was great, Rebecca. How was yours?
My weekend was great. It was Valentine's Day weekend. I am freshly single, not too fresh, but fresh enough. And so I spent my Valentine's Day solo, and it was good. It wasn't sad. I think that a lot of times we focus on, and this was supposed to be a standalone video, but I didn't even do it. But I was gonna basically talk about how, I know a lot of people probably are single in relationships, situationships, whatever. The particular day is a beautiful day that I love that people celebrate, not because love is only for that day. I know people preached about that. The past that church I was at, he preached about like he didn't like that the day was only whatever, but it's about what you make it. I think that it's another day where somebody can choose to celebrate you, put that into celebrating you as if it was your birthday, as if it was Jesus's birthday, whatever the case may be, but just another day where somebody can celebrate you. And if nobody's celebrating you on that day, celebrate yourself, celebrate your friends, celebrate your family. The day is really love. It doesn't have to be only romantic love. It could be platonic love. It could be a love that you found for yourself, the love that you have for the accomplishments that you met this year, this moment, or whatever the case may be. A love
or the love of the Lord,
or the love of the Lord, or the love of God, because God is actually the example of love, because God is love. So I think that, so that's what I ended up doing. I do this thing, and I don't have it here right now, but it was on the table, but I do this thing every year. Even if I had a man, which I usually, and this is not like no sad thing, but I don't think I've ever spent Valentine's Day with a guy, probably a guy that's been broken up with me. You remember when we were working in the office, I got flowers sent there. Yeah. We was broken up. And I'm like, oh, why? Oh, just get, right?
I honestly don't remember, Rebecca. I'm just lying on there.
Remember the flowers that came and we put them by the window and then we were gone for the snow? For that?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't remember? Black folks.
I ain't trying to mess with you, but I do remember. I was just thinking though, as you were, I ain't trying to play you, but I am trying to say I do remember. Wow. we have that was a long time ago. That's why I can't remember. I had to place it in time. You're talking about all the way back at the warehouse.
At the warehouse, and there were flowers that were brought there. I remember we left for a while and we came back and the flowers were still blooming. That was like the only thing. We put them in the window and the fish that we thought was there was still living.
It was resurrected.
So,
Lazarus.
It was a time. And I said, I really have to drop that video because I have that video too. I have that video.
Oh man.
But I say that to say, you know, I do this thing where I'll write a letter. For the past about maybe 6-7 years, I've been writing a letter to my husband. I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship, but I'll write a letter to my husband and in a Valentine's Day card. And I'll say like something like, hey, I love you so much. Can't wait to, you know, this is what I'm doing on this day in 20 such and such and whatever. So that when he gets, my husband, whoever that's going to be in my life, gets all them damn letters. Hopefully he ain't too much more, but gets those Valentine's Day letters and reads them. I reserved the love for this particular person and these words for that particular person. So yeah, whoever that is going to be in my life. But I do that, and that helps me with the days and stuff like that. So I saw Rihanna. She was sticking by her man in the courthouse, right? She's sticking by her man in the courthouse. Donald Trump is sticking by his love for anti-immigration. We've seen that for his post. If you can grab that for me, David, Donald Trump's post, and this is on the White House, the official White House Instagram page. The official White House Instagram page. Before we start there, while David is getting the White House Instagram page love letter for anti-immigration, because we know if the way Donald Trump loves anti-immigrants, anti-immigration, anything, we know it wouldn't be a love letter if it wasn't for that. That's just what it is. And he really posted that. But before we do that, if you're watching right now in this particular moment, I know this is a special episode because we haven't been with you during the weekend. Make sure that you have liked, make sure you have shared this. Make sure you are subscribed to the channels, to Benjamin Dixon's channel, the Benjamin Dixon Show channel, and Rebecca Azor. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We have Like It or Not as well. You're watching. Share this. Share the live right now, and make sure you get your friends, family, and friends in between all of them to definitely not miss out on today's episode.
While you're doing that, can I do this call to action real quick?
Absolutely.
From man, I just put it up. David, take it down what I did. No, but this is, thank you, Jam Tune, Nika, for this. They have a call to action. Industrial Arts, who, you know, Rebecca is a longtime supporter of our show on Twitch, is very near to affiliate and only needs to have 3 average viewers in the chat to begin earning or gaining income. If you see them pop in and say words.
Okay,
please.
Definitely. I'm never on Twitch, but
everybody on Twitch, everybody on my Twitch, going over there and say what's up to Industrial Arts.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. She said I look very pretty today. Thank you so much. That ain't the post. There is an actual Valentine's Day love post on the White House page. On the White House page. Look, sound like Dr. Umar. There is a Valentine's Day love post on the White House page. On the White House page. Look, let me go find it. See, they took it down. They probably took it down.
Was it that crazy?
No, it was just a regular. It was like on a the little Valentine's Day love cards, but like a digital one. I'm gonna find it right now.
Do that. Let's look at him. Put him on.
There it is.
Okay, there it is. While he does that, let's look at him riding around the speedway.
They post that much at since Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, roses are red, violets are blue. Come here illegally, and we'll deport you. On the White House page. And a lot of people are like, he's talking about illegal immigrants. What's so funny is the people who liked it.
Such jackasses, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. The people who liked it, though, Ben, I saw somebody that I followed that liked it, that was leading service at a church on that Sunday.
Oh, black person?
Black person. I did a whole thing on them, but I deleted it because I said, it's not my ministry.
People who hate immigrants give me hives. They make me itch. They're like you know, it's how are you a black person and gonna cheer for ICE? Literally, Gestapo of the white supremacy. That's what ICE is. How you gonna be a black person and cheer that on. But I ain't gonna lie, this thing right here is kind of
No, I'll fight people. And the funny thing is, people want to say, well, he said if you came here illegally. Donald Trump's definition of illegally is you just look funny.
That's right. Come on.
You speak another language. Your parents had you here, but you're still an illegal, because that's what they call us, an illegal. Like, and I say us because I literally remember, Ben, when I first got on and started doing this, the people in the comments were only saying, go back to where you came from. Oh,
wait
another
a minute.
language.
Do you remember that caller who called in and was calling us N-word? I wish I could say it, but I ain't gonna do it.
Absolutely.
Let me see. Y'all keep talking, because I'm gonna go find that.
Ben, you did a whole episode on that one, a special episode where we're listening to the voicemails. And they were like, bleep, and you did a special little production on that.
Yeah,
that was a good little production.
I did a little something with that.
But no, seriously. And people are like, oh, it's just, he's talking about illegal immigrants. Are you sure? Because it tracks that he talks about people who are of a darker hue.
Come on.
And my fellow non-melanated, it ain't you. It's black folks. He ain't talking about Ukrainians or the Polish, the Germans. He ain't talking about them. He's talking about black and brown immigrants. And right now, the hot spot, the eyes are on who, right? For instance, in Ohio, those black immigrants are mostly Haitian immigrants. And I'm talking about Springfield, Ohio. And they were labeled as illegal immigrants.
That's right.
And majority of them, it's a simple research you guys can do. Majority, if not all, mostly are here legally. Paperwork in hand, working.
But you know what they're going to do? They're going to try to suspend the program.
They did. They already started started doing things to do away with the program. They did their first batch not too long ago of deporting Haitians, dropped them off in Haiti. And, a lot of the Haitians are back home. They're like, you know what? I'm actually happy to be back home. Don't know what I'm going to do here. There's a lot of turmoil. But what I was, the anxiety and the stress of not knowing what's going to happen to me while I'm actually working and doing the things I need to do is very interesting. Then there's a whole man who I can't wait. I'm going to drop this because there is a guy who did the work, who went to the cat lady's house. Remember the cat lady that did the whole, dropped the whole information and said that somebody ate her cat and it was the Haitians?
Yeah.
She found her cat and told the y'all, she called. I'm going to do a whole little breakdown of what this guy did, a special report. He found the lady. Basically, she called up. She was getting calls from the senator at the time. Who was the senator? J.D. Vance. She was getting calls from them. They kept leaving calls. And she's like, I found the cat. The cat was actually in the basement.
It's coming back.
They wouldn't return the call after that when she said the cat was in the basement. So he pushed the story out. He being J.D. Vance. Pushed that false story out and never, ever cleared it up.
And admitted as much.
And admitted
on CNN or one of these Sunday shows and said, if I had to make up a story, everybody remembers that, right? Yep. So he admitted to making up the story. We're dealing with the lowest breed and the highest form of white supremacy.
Yep. And so I said it to say, when they say illegal immigrants, they're just talking about black and brown immigrants. That's it.
They don't care if you're here legally.
Yeah, they don't care. They automatically stamp you as illegal. Here is the voicemails. Y'all, we are playing vintage for you. Since we ain't been with you, we're playing a throwback. Ben, let them know because this is really good.
Look, this is a throwback from 7 years ago. Beck, I ain't realized we've been working together that long, sister.
We've been working together, almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. This was 2 years after.
Listen, I'm gonna get this playing in a second because I hear my son in there coughing. I need to go see what's going on. But look, no, he's just going off. I keep wanting to turn around and be like, hey boy, what's wrong?
Over. Make sure you're all right.
I mean, 99% of it is me trying to make sure it's all right. But so we had these callers, and we've been working together. This caller called back 7 years ago when we were working together at the warehouse that you mentioned, where the fish was resurrected. Lazarus, come forth. That fish got up out that grave and refused to die. It was just like, I'm sorry, I'm just recalling all the details now. It was just like that episode of Bill Cosby, Rudy Huxtable, Barry, and the fish. We had a funeral for that thing, and that thing
we did.
At the same time, we were doing our work, and they called to tell me and Rebecca, and tell Rebecca, actually, I think he called you out directly.
He told you to, yeah, he did, but you play it. It's good. This is so good, Ben. This is so good. How long is it? 4 minutes?
It's 4 minutes, and that's 4 minutes, 9 seconds. That gives me time to go see what's wrong with my son out
Go
there.
see about the baby, yeah.
Make sure, let me know if you hear. Can you hear?
Yeah, this is Sam from Connecticut. I am
Yes.
sitting here watching these two black fools on TV, on YouTube, that are totally making a fool out of themselves. They're both illiterate, and if you want, take all your black butts and go back to Africa. That's where you belong at. That's where you were put at. We don't want you here in the United States.
Okay.
All you do is suck from the white people.
Mm-hmm.
And you're all dumb and you're ugly on top of that. And Obama is an asshole and he's a stupid jerk.
I had to play that. He's referring to me and my co-host Rebecca Azor. But I absolutely love how the very first thing, like I've been covering it this week, right? The very first thing
we can stop here and talk about it ourselves. Or
let's
you want
go
to
back to Africa. I would bet you any amount of money, Sam, that my family line has been in the United States longer than yours. It's all but a guarantee. I mean, my family, we can count back at least 6 generations here in the United States. And the only reason we can't go back any further is because of slavery. We have no records past that point. But what's the average white American? 3-4 generations in at most. So who's got to go back where, Sam? Huh? Sounds like you need to go back. And bad news for you is that America is our home, and we're going to kick up our feet, kick off our shoes, relax our feet. We're going to make ourselves at home. We're going to stretch out. We're going to be as comfortable as you are. We're going to be as comfortable as you are when you walk around the house in your little dirty boxers. That's how comfortable we're going to be in the United States, which means that you're just going to have to get used to it, my boy. Feel free to call back anytime so that you can just elucidate to the audience how brilliant you really are. Who's next?
Yeah, my name is Joe Beck, and I'm calling from Baltimore about your two black nigger-ass people on this TV talking about the white people. We had nothing to do with this shit. The reason we don't want you Haitian people and you African people over, because you come over and you're all poor and you're all dumb. We have to educate you. We have to feed you. We have to clothe you. And you still can't do nothing. You're all fucking lazy niggers. You all need to fucking go back to fucking Africa and Haiti. That's why the countries are underdeveloped, because you're all fucking stupid niggers.
Boy, you are big mad.
Man, that gave me, woo! I forgot.
Man, you're gonna have an aneurysm out there. I hope you got your pacemaker batteries are good, my dude.
Okay, go ahead, Rebecca.
Pause it right there. We got to play it through. I want people to really see this is nothing. Pause it right there, Ben. My thing is, I forgot that they really hated us, but they was like, get this Haitian girl. This is why your country is you go back to Africa, and you literally just cleared the first person for saying like, and you were like, my family, but they would never understand that. And it's always, we take the resources. I can guarantee you right now, Haitians are especially the ones that come here, take what they can to go to school, to work, to figure out how to get a job, a house. They don't like to stay in play like little. They will do the most. They will cut grass. They will clean houses. They will clean your grandmother that you left. Where? Yes. At the nursing home. They will do that. They will build a relationship with your racist grandmother that caused them hard ER every single day. Until that grandmother finds love in them because their child don't come see him no more. And I witnessed it because my mom does that. My mom did that. So they sit over here, and like you said, your generation traces back.
Well, now I caught myself in a lie. Rebecca, I done caught myself in a lie.
What's the lie, Benjamin P. Dixon?
Oh, and I gotta be truthful because of it, because I'm a truthful guy like that. Plus, I like to get ahead of somebody who's gonna say something about it. I've been saying I got records of 8 generations of Black in my, but then that tape from 7 years ago, it was 6 generations.
So now it's 8.
So you know how Black folks are. We kind of, we're gonna add on. Yeah, last year
it's 10 generations.
It's 11 to generate, but I've been here long enough. I've been here. My people been here longer than about probably 60% of white folks who claiming make America great again. Some of y'all just got here yourselves. So yeah, that's why I was telling them. Now we've been here, so I got to go back and correct all those people I was clowning.
No, you don't.
I got into it with those ADOS and FBA people real bad on
around
Twitter.
that
time. But as you were saying, what you were saying about how these Haitian immigrants and immigrants of every nationality, but particularly Haitian immigrants, as far as caretakers, it is particularly a field I hadn't thought about that. The percentage of caretakers that are Haitian, and when you add on top of it that they don't care if you're here legally. Look again, what you said. Look at what's going on in Springfield. They're getting ready to deport some of them, and who's going to stop them? I'm hoping that there's some great lawyers out there that can actually stop them.
Me too. Yeah.
You want to keep listening?
Yeah, I absolutely want to keep listening, but right now we are giving you guys a piece of our Black history, right? In the game. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and tip your host doing absolutely the most on this President's Day. Ben, continue.
No, I'm just laughing at myself because I was.
We get graded on a curve, Ben, because of the inaccurate records that we have. You better come on.
No. I got to be more careful. I got to be precise in everything I say. So on Twitter, you're going to see me grandstanding on some. I wasn't really grandstanding. With FBA, were like, they automatically. FBA is just like full. Okay. FBA. Hashtag FBA.
Foundational Black Americans.
Foundational Black Americans. It is a trademark that is owned by former pimp Tariq Nasheed. And so they hate Black immigrants as much as Donald Trump hates Black immigrants. They share that hatred of Black immigrants and they Black folk. How dumb is they?
Very. And I want to say dumb, but I don't.
Stupid. What? I'm sorry. That's intentionally obtuse. Like,
sure.
What are traitors? Y'all calling ICE to snitch on Black immigrants? Oh,
and Ben, there are people right now who are pandering to this thing, and they are starting another level. And I'm talking about people who are outside of the, who are not Black American. And I say that because here we know what that means. It's not me. I'm not considered to be Black American. Yet I am, but I'm not considered to be Black American. I'm Haitian American. And I see a lot of people who are Caribbean American or, Africans or however, getting into the conversation in a way where it's, let me show you how it's going. You know what? I'm starting to see what people were thinking or were saying. And people were saying that, it really, they're like, it's really the people who are Caribbean that have the issue. It's not the Black Americans for real. And it's really the Africans who make comments about, their cultures, and it's a little too heavy. You're in America now. I'm starting to see that they shouldn't come over here and, demand respect, or it's these conversations that are never really happening that the ADOS and the FBA are saying that's happening. Now people who are growing their brands online are pandering to those groups of people. Because now those hate groups, to me, they're hate groups. They devise people so bad. I don't even like when and me and Ole were talking about this the other day. We got issues in our own already. Back home, we got issues with it amongst our own people, amongst Caribbeans. Haitians can't stand to be called Jamaicans. And Haitians are the least liked in the Caribbean. So that we all got our own issues. So to bring it here amongst Black people, knowing how what was embedded into Black Americans about other Blacks. And I know this because I lived in neighborhoods where we got bullied so much just for being Haitian. My mama, a girl walked up on my mom at our front door on our property and hit her because it's a young girl. And we beat her behind so bad up and down the street. She did it because my mom didn't speak English. We beat her behind. And I hated that because I'm like, why? Because my mom didn't speak English. And I look at this girl.
I'm laughing because I can picture y'all whipping her behind because she earned it.
My sister, I couldn't even tell y'all. She went full Haitian mode. Okay. It was crazy. But my thing is,
they scared now, Becca.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to go too far. No, I didn't want to go too far in, Benjamin P. Dixon. I didn't. I'm like, they might have been right about some things, but no, but no, it was the fact that was taught to her someplace. You are talking to a Black that is beneath you because this Black does not speak English. So it was taught to her. Even in my school, I knew at such a young age from Miss Morris, kindergarten at Wimbrook Elementary, where there was a difference between me and the Black girl next to me, the Black American that was mixed. And she treated me as if, because I was Haitian, it was, I was no good. And, or I would say like, I didn't have the worth to be treated the way she was treating this other child. It was just stuff that was embedded in these white people who embedded it into the Black American kids to treat us opposite because we weren't, quote, quote, unquote, American. And that's the problem. And I could speak English. I just happen to speak another language, and that. So it's a whole thing.
Divided though.
It's true.
So divided where Haitians can't work with Jamaicans, can't work with Nigerians, can't work with Kenyans, can't work with descendants of enslaved Africans in America, can't work with. Go down the list. Can't work with South Africans, siding with Donald Trump as Donald Trump attacks South Africa. Negroes, what has happened to you all? I hope the money was worth it.
It's interesting to see people still believing that he's being sincere along Elon Musk, along JD Vance, along the Kennedy that sold his soul. Along it's people are still after all of. I don't care about the ones that are crying online right now. I don't care to say I told you so. It's too late even for that, because let them burn, as you said, Benjamin. You said let them burn, right? But I also am like, they get online, they cry about this. They're crying because it touched their home. It's touching their medication that they need. Their groceries went a little higher since the man got in 10 days ago. Like they are looking at their future and saying, oh my gosh, I'm white. But he wasn't talking about me when he was talking about saving the white folks. He was talking about the rich ones. He was talking, them little country towns have since started shifting. Those little small towns that he thought he can go and conquer, they since started shifting in their local seats that are usually red. They're now going blue. They're now going blue because they can't get their medicine. They can't get their eggs.
Let me correct this user here because I don't want them to sue us. Robert Kennedy. He wasn't a former heroin dealer, was he? I thought he was a former heroin addict. Robert Kennedy Jr.
Is that what happened to his voice? I never know.
That's because he had a brain worm.
Camera. Oh. It's fine. I change the battery. But go ahead, Ben.
No, so where while you do that, let's go back to the video, right?
Please. I really want to see that.
I need folks to realize all these Black folks we need you to realize, my God, today, can I not get this on the screen? Wait a minute, David. I forget you're here, man. Could you set that up for me? My screen share, yes, and put me on. Yes, you know what to do. Good Lord, I have to run it on Sunday, so I'm still in them. It's out of order. Like, I'm not used to coming after I preach.
You be using StreamYard? You use StreamYard for church too?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to make sure it's paid then, Ben, every single month. I'll be making sure it's paid though. I'm gonna make sure you got a service every month.
Look. It dawned on me last week. I'm like, Becca. Anyway, we'll get it.
I know when the email came up. Don't worry. I told David.
You know what's solid though? You know what's solid? We go back so far. Remember your lunch, babe? Your man. Who used to pay for lunch.
Yes, I
have
do.
lunch, and it was no disrespect of anything. It was just they weren't paying us no money.
Then we were hungry.
So little, we barely had enough to get lunch. So
working like 10 hour shifts. It was like 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts a day when we were there.
God bless that man of God. Yeah. But anyway, okay, your camera's back. I want to set this up again. I want to finish playing this, right? Because it ties in everything that you're talking about, and we need to go all the way back to that Valentine's Day that I forgot about. I saw it and I didn't even comment. I'm so desensitized to Donald Trump's ignorance that I saw that Valentine. And I went right past it. So thank you for bringing it to our attention. But we're going to finish playing this video from back when Rebecca and I was working in the same little progressive media warehouse company, cranking out content and getting like, you heard it. Listen to this again, because I think that can I start again with the last one?
Absolutely. That was great. That was great.
Really here. Listen to what these people really think. They don't like you any more than they don't like Haitians. Full Baptists. No, fundamental Black Americans. They hate you as much as they hate Black South Africans, because you know they're trying to bring in the white South Africans. Anyway, let's listen to these white people. Oh, I got it on mute.
Sounds like you need to go back. And the only reason we're going to be as comfortable as you're just going to have. Who's next?
Yeah, my name is Joe Beck, and I'm calling from Baltimore about your two black nigger-ass people on this TV talking about the white people. We had nothing to do with this shit. The reason we don't want you Haitian people and your African people over, because you come over and you're all poor and you're all dumb. We have to educate you. We have to feed you. We have to clothe you. And you still can't do nothing. You're all fucking lazy niggers. You all need to fucking go back to fucking Africa and Haiti. That's why the countries are underdeveloped, because you're all fucking stupid niggers.
Boy, you are big mad. Man, you're gonna have an aneurysm out there. I hope you got your pacemaker batteries are good, my dude. Because good Lord, I'm sorry to have to expose you guys to this, right? But I just want to get you a good sampling of what's in my voicemail. 857-600-0518 is lit. Oh my God. It's like when Rebecca, my co-host, did the video on Haiti. I mean, you know, I guess that's what happens when stuff goes viral. These Muslims got mad as all get out. You notice they all have the same exact line, right?
At least I
go back to
out.
Africa. So to you also, I will say that I would bet any money that my family line has been here much longer than yours, man. But I guess that probably explains why you're so upset. You want to own America, but America's not yours. It's ours. We built this from the ground up, from the very beginning. It belongs to Black people just as much as any other person, any other ethnic group in this country. And that drives you so mad. I really want you to call live. Call me when we're live. We're live every day at 4 o'clock, so we take live calls 857-600-0518. I'm not going to grandstand on a voicemail reply, but I just want the audience to see what type of voicemails we get left and where we actually are in this country. Things haven't changed that much, and we've got a long way to go.
The Benjamin Dixon Show.
Okay. Oh, hang on.
It was only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog and join the program.
I know people don't use them no more, but that's good. Who we can get to go get the people for the shows, the drops?
Oh, you know what? We need to do that. I think we need to. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Look.
We were hitting back in the day.
Huh?
We were hitting, man. We were doing the thing.
Ben, remember when we used to literally get up? Like, we worked hard in that warehouse. We were getting 900,000 views, 1 million views. We were holding that space down.
Yes.
Down. And this is what we were getting. We were getting live calls. I remember them telling me, why, Brother Ben, why you got that black queen, before they knew I was the Haitian queen. Why you got that black queen so close to the white devil? Because that was at the time our boss would sometimes come on
the show,
come on to the episodes and things like that, for some panel conversations. And then I remember one time they called and they were like, Rebecca, no, I was literally sitting there with you, and one of the people from there called and they were like, the woman next to you, this is a live show, I can hear you. And Ben's like, well, she can hear me and her name is Rebecca. They're like, why do you let her speak?
Wow.
You're actually the one that,
I remember that now,
has these brains and and you get to talk, but she is smart and she might have a degree, but that's not her place.
I remember that.
We hung up on them.
This ain't, listen, now you know what else this made me feel like? This when I listen back to how we used to tackle them, and maybe we need to get our phone lines open again, because my God.
We should, but I'm like, I think this time we'll have a different crowd with this time. Because remember, we were subjected to the progressive white people from that time. And that was their audience. And those people thought that if they can just attach themselves to someone black. I remember literally coming in as a black face. Literally being hired as a black face. And at that time, you couldn't question it, especially in media. You just got a media job, which is a very rare thing for a darker hued woman with the last name like mine. Like, it's rare. And so at that time, I'm grateful for digital media for giving me that opportunity, for giving me that opening, all those things. But just knowing that I was hired just because I was a black face with an urban look, and on top of that being Haitian, I am grateful for the opportunity that has taken me to where I am now. But as far as working in politics with media, but I will say, as soon as it don't, David.
What did he say?
My last name don't. He said Azor doesn't necessarily hit me as standing out.
Like, he live in New York. New York's so diverse. Like,
don't give David no.
Why'd you throw me with the white accent? Why'd you put that a special enunciation on it?
It's a white New York accent. It's like the old white money accent. You have that. You have like those that kind of accent, which is funny. People don't ever really hear you talk for real. But
Rebecca, we have been doing this work for some time.
We have. And that's what I be saying.
Be true to this.
That's what I be saying. And I was having a conversation with my best friend in this game right now, Ole, and we talk very often. And it's when she's like, you got such a great voice. You got all of this talent. Just do the videos. Like, stop trying to do all the sweet stuff that you're trying to do right now. And I get it, right? I get it, because it's not paying. But my heart is just in a different space, because we've been doing this so long. These lashings used to come verbally. People are just getting used to come like literally in voicemails for us. Even on Facebook, I was getting them as voice notes when they just started doing the voice note thing or whatever. Now it's like you just get them in your YouTube comments. You can block them, you can delete them, whatever. And I feel like I done been through too much. And when I say that, people be like, nah, it ain't true. No, people who have been rocking with us know we were at a time where we were just large and in charge, and one of the only Black voices that were being propelled in digital media when it came to politics.
Yo, we were here. We've been here doing this before Midas Touch. Love them, right? But we've been calling this for years.
Yeah.
That clip of them showing you exactly how racist and how that was 7 years ago. Wasn't nobody paying attention to this 7 years ago. Some of us had no choice because we worked in it and we saw this thing festering for years. We've been trying to tell y'all for years.
Yep.
Anyway.
And so when I say that, I'm so like, I know that I have to get back in it and do what I need to do. But when you have felt like you just have been worn out by, we've been trying to say this for years. There's so much of our content on no longer, but they owned literally the rights to the work that we did, so much so that a lot of the work that we've been doing, it's literally repetitive, because all the things that Donald Trump in that time was doing was then as well. And we tried to say it. We tried to lay it out. We did the monologues. We did the scripts. We had we had people on that we were interviewing. We did all of the things. And I think I'm so burnt out, but I'm trying to come back in. I think I'm so burnt out at this time. I just kind of like, I just kind of don't even want to do the stories, but then I be laying back and I'm like, did anybody see that story? Somebody got to talk about it. And I don't see nobody really giving it justice. And I'm like, there's a space for me to get back in there and do that. But I don't know. I'm just at a different place right now. But that's why I'm like, y'all don't understand. I'm like you said, Ben, we are not new to this. We are very true to this. And I know this generation right now who is doing the podcasting and stuff don't know us, but people out there do. And they remember when people were cursing us out, when we had the audacity to challenge people. We had the audacity to challenge mainstream media news anchors and reporters for their failure in covering a lot of the stories. Even our own company that we are working for, media company that we were working for, was trying to quiet our voices and telling us we are speaking too much on these Black and brown issues, on these issues that are not being covered enough. They literally told us to pipe down.
And these are progressives now. We're working for us, liberals, progressives, you know.
Yep.
Hillary Clinton folks.
Yep. Absolutely.
We talk about they didn't have any direct connection with her. Well, I'm not saying that, but
no. When we say the ones that they lived and would die on the hill of just Hillary Clinton. Just
over Bernie. They didn't really like Bernie too much.
And I'm like, how progressive? But anyways, and then it was just having this woman, but those same people, when Ben was the one that had to sit me down, those same people fed to me that Kamala Harris, and at that time it was Kamala, because there was no respect, but that Kamala Harris wasn't a good person. They would pull me to the side and say, so do you really like Kamala Harris? Because she just
y'all was
just throwing
back then though. Kamala was in, when it was that before
she was running for president. She was starting her. We were privy to the fact that she was going to start her campaign for president.
We talking about long before that. Hang on, because Kamala just ran just this last that. Oh, you're talking about she ran it. Well, no, that was 2020. She ran.
No, Ben, she said that she was going to run, and we were starting to. Yes, she was starting her campaign. Back then, people didn't start campaigns, last minute. It was like 2 years before.
I'm trying to see if I'm really that old. Hang on, I'm doing the math here now. So you're saying back around 7 years.
2018. Ago, that was 2018.
She was talking about running for. I guess that makes sense because 2018 to 2020 was the next election year. Yeah.
Because I think I have it on video for that too. When we were doing our morning production meetings, and we were sitting down and we were going over what we were going to talk. Yeah.
And then David, and then you talk about going back, then it makes me think about David and I. We go back to 2016, 2015. Oh my goodness. I've been in
David
this game.
He don't let me forget it. He'd be like, I felt like, I know you went back with Ben that far, but I found Ben first. I'm like, okay, David. No, David be telling me. David will let me know I've had a long relationship with Ben. Like I was a kid and Ben was there. And yeah.
Man, this white dude called me out the blue. What's this out the blue? Well, not out the blue. It was, he had been watching the show. And he called me and just was like, or rather, I guess we emailed each other and we jumped on the call. Like he just wants to help. Brother been helping ever since. So God bless you, Brother David.
And that's why I'm like, I really would love for one day for us to be able to do this and have it full time, where it's crowdfunded and we can give. I've seen this happen with other people, and I'm like, why not here? You know what I'm saying? And I think that I don't know. I just leave it in God's hands because I believe in this platform. I do.
But people weren't paying attention to this racism like that back then.
Oh, absolutely. And we were experiencing it like nobody's business. But even me, I had to build armor against it without knowing that I was building armor against it at that time, until I sat in that chair and began to say, hey, white people, come to the front. This one's for you. And then they were like, oh, you mutt, because they didn't know what to call me when they found out that your girl spoke another language. It was absolutely mind-blowing to them. It speaks another language. I remember I had braids in my hair and they said, what is that carpet you're wearing on your head? They described the braids as carpeting because they couldn't understand the pattern. They couldn't understand the braid pattern. It was, it's been ridiculous, going through that.
MAGA been like this for a long time.
Before they were even labeled MAGA. They've been coming for us.
They were the Tea Party back then.
Mm-hmm. And so here just calling them conservative was just enough.
Rush Limbaugh crowd. These are all the bastard children of Rush Limbaugh.
Yep. I think
anyway.
No, and that was no, I'm not even gonna go there. Lord, he took it back. He said, find it. I did, Jesus. So I will say, so when we say that this is nothing new as far as what Donald Trump is doing, now he doesn't care. Now he's doing it at today's day and age, and how it's fun. He will find someone. He's found Elon Musk. His whole vice president is never near him. And the pandering, because it's all pandering, baby. Panda. It's pandering that's happening with the children, right? If we seen Barack Obama holding his baby at the hip every turn that he could, they would have been like, what kind of president that's a man? How can he do this job? If a woman, if Kamala Harris had small children or however during her 4 years as vice president and was carrying her babies around and in the kitchen and doing all this kind of stuff, because the little moments that she was telling us when she cooked, people had a problem with that. So now we're seeing how they're trying to humanize themselves by bringing their babies to important meetings with hats on. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be there. There has to be some sort of decorum. We are moving away from the decorum. We are moving away.
They from just what tacky. That's the word for them. They tacky.
It's like, how are you in the White House and you are sitting in the Oval Office talking to reporters with your child just crawling everywhere? You sat down somewhere. Somebody come get this baby. I got work to do, right? Like, you got this baby on your head while you are being asked questions.
Hang on. I need now see. I don't mess with people's children, but Elon Musk is using his son as a prop.
Yes, he is. He's using his son as a prop. 100%. The son is a prop, and so is JD Vance. Now he's hopping off of jets with the babies on the side, knowing them babies be with the mama. Like, let's be for real. Gender roles,
they demand gender roles.
Yeah, it's funny because y'all literally are trying to do away with anything that has to do with men actually doing anything that a woman would do or whatever. Y'all don't want that, right? But yet here you are trying to be daddies. And it's just, it's giving,
so they want to get headlines like these, Rebecca, so they can get headlines like these.
Elon Musk, like so many parents, is leveraging his child for clicks. It's exactly like a parenting influencer using their kid to enhance their brand and to get attention. And this one is by Rolling Stone Dadfluencer.
Just using his kid as a prop. And what's bad about it? No, let me keep that up there. What's bad about it?
9. See ya. And thank you for coming into the show today.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Everything that you said times 10, Rebecca, because they are simultaneously attacking what it is to be what a woman, the parameters of womanhood.
I like the way you say woman. It's so funny. Woman. That's how you know being from out there.
From the country. Listen.
Woman.
Listen. The first time I went to New York City, oh boy, I was trying to order some syrup. I still can't say syrup.
Syrup?
Exactly. Syrup. Look, I ain't never said I wasn't country. I just worked. I do my best to speak properly.
Woman. No, I think your accent doesn't make you not speak properly. Because I think talking to somebody who's just like, oh my God, like, and it's so crazy, like, and I just can't believe it, like, it's just like,
no, some words are just physically hard for me to say, though.
You just have an accent. Like other people have accents, and who says that Americans are saying it right? They got it from the English, and the way we pronounce things. English people can't understand why we pronounce things the way that we pronounce things. So language is language, child.
Language, yeah, and I love mine. I love Black folks' language. But anyway, this man right here using his son as a prop while they are simultaneously rejecting the what it would take. First of all, oh my goodness. How do I forget? Now you're talking about, we going down the rabbit hole of every story here.
Mm-hmm.
Because did you know Elon Musk got a new baby mama? Tell me you knew that.
I did not.
Ooh.
And a fresh new, like right now, pregnant?
From a 26-year-old. He's
53. I knew it. And his daddy ain't no good. His daddy done slept with his stepdaughter. And look. And his dad was proud of this. This is not hearsay. I literally saw an interview where the father was saying that and said there was nothing wrong with it, but my daughters have a problem with it, wanted to move out about it. Elon Musk's father, about him having relations with his then, I think, girlfriend or partner's daughter that he helped somewhat raise and ended up having a relationship with that child.
Aaliyah Lacta, I don't know what she's with. So tell me what that is if you know, but
I don't.
5 months ago, I welcomed, this is Ashley St. Clair. She's a Republican influencer, and she's 26 years old. Elon Musk is 53 years old. Okay. All right. You know, what they say, age ain't nothing.
It's Aaliyah she missed. Oh, it's Ikada. I said Lacta too. It's Aaliyah Ikada Est, which is a Latin phrase meaning the die is cast. It was supposedly said by Julius Caesar in 49 BCE when he crossed the Rubicon River, an act that started a civil war in Rome. The phrase means that a divisive action has been taken and there's no turning back. Similar to saying no turning back now, or what's done is done.
Yeah, no, that was 9 months and 14 months ago. 5 months.
That baby here.
And so you get 9 months on top of that. Y'all know Black folks, we be out here counting months. Matter of fact, I don't even know. My son, my little janky son, love him to pieces. That little Negro.
Jeremiah?
No, Benjamin, the oldest. Oh. He came in there trying to do the counting back from the time he was born, 9 months, to see if he can pin me and my wife down.
When y'all conceived him? Oh, Lord.
Whether or not we were married, because we got married and we had him like
immediately. You know. So she was already pregnant?
No, she wasn't, but barely. So anyway.
Barely. Okay.
Barely. So I don't know Latin. So yeah, okay, but I'm sure that was great Google from on her part, on Ashley St. Clair.
It was my part too. We had to find it.
The die is cast. The die was cast 14 months ago. Now, let grown folks listen. I'm a proponent. Let grown folks do what grown folks do, as long as it's consensual and long as they are enthusiastic about it. So that part of it, that's their business, right? But the part of it that's wild to me is how all of these same MAGA men who have spent the last 2 years doing the same thing Elon Musk is dogpiling on which is traditional gender roles for women in the household, not going out to the workplace, not speaking in church. What's I didn't get to tell you, you know better than me.
It's here. We've seen what he's done to the people in his past that he's shared children with, that he's had children with. He can threaten to take away their child and take away their rights. And one of his children are trans, and has ended all communication with their father. And laid it all out on Threads when they left Twitter last year to go to Threads, and shared the story about how Elon was not supportive, and things of that sort. So here we are, Elon Musk, having his 13th baby. The father, I wish I could find the interview of the father discussing this in an interview. Okay, so there's an interview of the father, Ben, talking to a young boy, and expressing to the boy. He even called the boy, that's a stupid question only asked by stupid people. When the boy asked him, "Do you think that you were wrong for having relations with a young girl that you somewhat raised with her mom?"
Like father, like son is what I'm hearing you say.
Absolutely. And this is who we have leading. Now, if there was any woman who they tried to pin Kamala Harris, and she was vice president, as a hoe, for lack of a better word.
That's what they labeled.
They said that she had to be a hoe because she had relations with other people before. She was a young lawyer who was getting passed around in the industry because she dated, and I want to say it's Montel. Was it Montel?
Yeah, because she was on the scene with Montel Robinson
and other actors or whatever. And I'm like, did you see Kamala Harris in that time? I would be on red carpets too. I'm a whole lawyer. I'm making my own money. Kamala Harris was out here. She was a baddie, and the men wanted her because she had her own money. Oh yeah, Montel Williams. Look at them. Look at
y'all
them.
Remember how they dragged Kamala Harris just for being a, what you call it? She a baddie?
She a baddie. She's a vintage baddie, honey. Okay, I can't even front on that.
They called her a whore
because now they're inside of her anatomy because of who she was dating. Meanwhile, all these people are dropping kids off like nobody's business. The way that they treated, I don't even like the Clintons. The way that they treated Bill Clinton, as opposed to how they treated Hillary Clinton, and something that he did. Let's never forget. Let us never forget. But now this black woman who they didn't even want as president, who made it to the vice presidency seat, they were like, well, she married to a white man, but when she did have a black man, she was a pass around because no, she was one of the baddest women in the game, sharpest women in the game, one of the most talented women in the game, most intelligent women in the game in LA. Everybody on the red carpet.
Hang on. I no. You know what? Forgive me, because as you were saying that, I was pulling up a new. I didn't realize I'd already switched screens. No,
that's okay.
The baddie we're talking about. Well, I'm gonna let you say that. Go ahead. We're talking about Kamala Harris, not that white woman that was on the screen just a second.
Now, who's the white woman? We're gonna
Ashley St. Clair.
Okay,
now,
so Ashley St.
Clair is the 26-year-old conservative influencer that Elon Musk just had a baby by. It's really messy because he got 13 baby. Rebecca, you know I don't like the gossip. That's not what I do. We don't do this on this here show. But we don't get nobody's personal business like this because we mind our own.
We mind our own.
But how y'all gonna call Kamala Harris a hoe? Meanwhile, Elon Musk is out here having his 13th baby, fourth baby mama, with a 26-year-old conservative influencer from MAGA, and then say it's okay. These some hypocritical saltines.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter because what the focus is always going to be is that this is Elon Musk. He has money and, he's a very smart guy. And he can have as much kids as he wants because he can support them. And it's not. This man is having children with people who are more than half his age. And he's also like, he's a predator to me. He finds these young girls, gives them children in some form of trying to control them. And then when they are at the point of, you know what, I don't want no parts of this, then he somewhat penalizes them and makes them feel like I will take away whatever it is that you love the most. And it seems like it's the kid I have with you. I will take that baby away.
Asa Ray, thank you for saying this. Judge Joe Brown, your janky ass. Excuse me, Lord. Forgive me. Forgive me, God.
It's all right. It's all right. We on
His
Monday's
old
President's
crusted,
Day.
janky, jealous-hearted, probably wanted Kamala. Thank you for saying this, Azor. Joe Brown sounded like he was mad he couldn't get in. Because Kamala Harris was I mean, come on, where's a show about her character, her archetype? Like, you ain't even got to be a Kamala Harris fan like that, right? I ain't forget about, let's take Kamala Harris out of it, because how many professional Black women work twice as hard as any of their male counterparts of any race, but most certainly more than white folk, men. And y'all call her a whore. Well, she ain't even got no kids.
Yeah.
Married. Elon Musk her out here mess around with 26, half his age, literally.
Absolutely. And then he think he the finest thing. Hey, time is not on his side. Time is not on his side. I think what we're seeing is the demise of what was once at some point, a very, very prestigious, even though it's always been racist, built by Black folks, all the things. But to be president was considered a prestigious role in the United States, one of the most powerful roles in the United States. And here we are. And Donald Trump is sitting at a desk and letting Elon Musk control things in the middle of meetings and reports.
Nation. He got his computer out. He has his artificial intelligence and the algorithms, right? Which guarantee, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm better than his AI people. There's just no question about it. But that's a whole different conversation for another day.
Yeah.
This is the man who has control of the United States of America right now, while he is out here diddling some little girls half his age, young women half his age, giving birth to watching as his fourth baby mama gives birth to his 13th child. And MAGA and evangelical Christians and Christian nationalists and Catholics and Protestants and evangelicals, all of them out here saying, oh, congratulations. It's a beautiful thing that you're expanding your family. Now, what have that switched the colors? We already know it don't even. Kamala Harris ain't even got no kids. They called her a hoe.
They called her a hoe. She got, she's a stepmom and she loves her bonus children, but they called her a hoe. And then they found out about when her now husband, Doug, was cheating on his wife, and he talked about that. And he didn't get, they tried to make it a thing. They were like, oh, he's a white man. Whatever. And I'm like, but y'all was literally all up in former Vice President Kamala Harris's pocketbook when she was like in her 20s and already making it happen in her life. Right. She was an it girl. Yes. She was not somebody, she got it out the mud and got it out the mud and got it out the mud. And everybody's so mad because she was an it girl. She was actually that girl. Back in the day, she was that girl. And it's okay. It's okay. There is an insecurity there. What I'm seeing is insecure men when it comes to Elon Musk, when it comes to Donald Trump, when it comes to even JD Vance. Sometimes I look at JD Vance and I look at him and I'm like, I can tell you freshly sold your soul. I can tell you freshly sold your soul to Satan. And he ain't even put you in the front of the room. He used you and you don't even get invited to the Oval Office meetings. Did you see how he treated Mike Pence?
Yeah.
JD Vance, baby, you ain't got no chance.
They put a noose out for Mike Pence, but yeah, go ahead.
That's crazy. JD Vance has no chance. He has no chance.
Rebecca, since the last time we talked, Elon Musk has gotten his computer algorithms and his team inside of every pocket of the United States of America. I wonder if we really pause and consider what that actually means. Mm-hmm. Right. And anything that they don't like, they can call it fraud in the USAID. Right. Everything they see that all the benefit programs, all the humanitarian relief programs, now it's fraud.
Yeah.
And so now they're perfectly neutering, excuse the language, the United States of America from within. Do people really understand what's happening in this country? They are destroying it. They're destroying the FBI. They're destroying they're destroying the IRS, the Department of Education. They're destroying the IRS. People, are y'all even going to get y'all tax returns on time next year? Forget about this year. This year's tax returns were based on Biden. Your next tax return, how are you going to get a tax return? He just firing everybody.
Firing everybody.
Don't have employees in there to do the work anymore.
Did you hear what Elon Musk's son said to Trump during that press conference?
Wasn't he said something like they're all lying or something? What was it?
First, here I'll play the video.
That caught some of it. So first is this little gem.
To restore democracy. This may seem like, well,
you heard that too, right? You're not the president. You need to go away. I'll play the clip a second time. Just you watch it.
He told Donald Trump that?
To restore democracy. This may seem like.
That's what he said, but I'll go one better because he also said this.
The prices from one year to the next are the same, and their mortgage.
That one's clear as day. He says, "I want you to shut your fucking mouth up." And there's already people who are like, "Out of the mouth of babes." But let me just put that into consideration. A child this young doesn't have this profound moment where he like tells off Trump. He just repeats things he's heard.
That's right.
So if he says you're not really the president, chances are someone has said that around him.
Absolutely.
He's repeating it. When he says, "I want you to shut your fucking mouth up," he's either heard someone say that to someone else
or to him,
or someone has said that to him.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's 100% correct.
For that to come out of that baby's mouth to a grown man, to a grown person, to anybody, but to an adult. Y'all ain't got no home training. Your mama ain't teach you no better than that. Elon Musk, where your mama at, man?
Go back to the where he's sitting at the table. I want to see him mouth that at, I'm not a lip reader. But let me see this little, and it's not even the kid's fault. And now they breeding a little racist baby, and that's crazy to me. Like they growing him up to be just that, and it's not the baby's fault.
Yeah. Oh, but he's gonna be accountable for himself when he becomes an adult and be a little Lucifer.
And or he becomes part of the.
No, yeah, he'll be an elected Lucifer. He'll be like they're turning the United States of America. They're turning the United States of America into I'm trying to think of the various. There's an academic term for it, but and it escapes me. But they're turning it into obviously it's authoritarian, but they want Donald Trump to be a king, a monarchy. They're turning the United States of America into a monarchy where they pass. Look at what they do with Barron. Mm-hmm. My brain fried there for a second, but I found the word, right? A monarchy. Look at how they're positioning Barron Trump. Now look at this. Look at how Elon Musk is talking to his son and talking about President Trump. And Donald Trump's out here trusting Elon Musk. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump, they gonna get you, man. I put money on it. No, I don't want to put money on it because then they'll come after me. But look. They setting you up, Donald Trump. You don't belong here, the boy said.
That little boy, play it so I can really look at it again, please. From that part, like when he did
democracy. To restore democracy.
Not that part when he walked to me at the table and said something clear today. Right there.
Also said this.
The prices from one year to the next are the same, and their mortgage.
What? Oh, absolutely not.
From one year to the next are the same, and they're
already. How you got enough arrogance? See, yeah.
He's so cute, but they're building a baby to become this. But here's the thing. It might, and David, we could write to you for a second. I heard you. But here's the thing, it might backfire on them because he has one child that actually is part of the trans community, a community that he wants away with. And so this baby might turn around and be another part of it. You reap what you sow, and make, who knows? And then we'll go back and said, my dad put me in positions like this when I was 1 or 2 or 3. And this is why I cannot side with someone like my father. What were you saying, David? I'm sorry.
Vivian Wilson.
I was just going to say that for the podcast listeners, it is hard to make out. So like when you're watching the video, you can actually see the kid's lips moving and you can like line it up with the words.
Yeah.
For when you're just listening to the audio, it's you just kind of hear like bits of it, but it's there.
Yes. Thank you, white man. No, I'm sorry.
No, thank you, I
love you,
brother.
David.
No problem, my good sir.
My brother in white.
David's the white. We got us David, I got to talk to you, see if you're okay with this little skit we could do. We got our producer, a white producer, locked up in a dungeon paying reparations by working for us.
No way. I don't want to be a part of that. Not my brother from another. Now, I would never, now, as much as I white you out, David, I would never let Ben do that to you.
No, it's just it would just be a running gag, but I'm not gonna do that to that boy. He's been too much of a help. We love you, brother.
Okay, so
no. I'm sorry. Let me come back. You know, I always go one step too far. All right, but the way you mentioned his daughter, and Rebecca, then you pushed it. You said this is how there's a rejection. His daughter, Vivian Wilson, rejects everything that Elon Musk is. Just complete full out rejection. And you can see why, because if that's how he's talking and teaching and grooming that little boy to be, what is it? What's the little boy name? Tesla truck X? What's the some kind of what's that little boy name? I
don't even know what it could be. It could definitely be Tesla truck.
Oh man.
That's funny because it really could be that for real. It really could be Tesla. Oh, the baby name is XAEX.
It's worse. He's raising an algorithm demon.
Oh my God! I hope the baby changes his name.
I hope that baby changes everything about him so he can escape from that demon that's raising him.
Changes his whole life.
To look at the president of the United States and tell him to shut your effing mouth. And again, in all fairness, like Tizzy said, that's he's been said. Not only has he said that about Donald Trump, but he's been saying that to that child.
What was the original name of the child?
I don't, you know.
No, this is a new name. That baby's new name is
Lord.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm going deep.
You're going too deep. I'm out of here. Speaking of people who are really, I don't know, Ben, because you said that we don't like to gossip. And so this is a gossipy episode.
But they messy. Wait, we got no choice. This man got his computers in every single system in the United States of America. We're gonna talk about his baby mama.
We're gonna talk about all them people, but this is somebody in our side of things. And I don't like to be gossipy. Yeah, I know I was actually going to do a standalone video here, but my black brother is with us and I'm just going to see, right? Mm-hmm. And if we don't want to touch it, we don't want to touch it. But Amanda Seales.
Uh-oh, what's going on there?
Amanda Seales has said some problematic things during, we've been still rocking with her. She's been on the Shannon Sharp show. She talked about Issa Rae. Most recently, she went viral for her comments on her show, which she has, where she was like, she does this cool thing, which I think is cool, where she does these words of the day. And she was doing a word of the day, and I can't remember what the word of the day was. And in that word of the day, she just went off the cuff and was like, speaking of that, I'm going to tell you, do y'all want to know what happened with me and Issa Rae, which is a similar story that we already heard in the Shannon Sharp interview that she had, where she self-diagnosed herself with, I want to say it's autism or ADHD, and then came back and clarified that she never went to the doctor for that. But she she said, you know, Issa Rae is a bad person and then whatever, like just did this whole thing. And it's not about anything but her constantly coming out against people the same way she came against the people of Floetry, the same way she came against the people I think that she was working with at MTV when she just got recently fired from the radio show she was on, saying that they said that basically she was too black or whatever the case may be. Now, in this one, this one right here is the Issa Rae one. If you want to play that bit, you can, and we'll go into the next one. I think the videos is in there somewhere, possibly the owl. What is that? What's going on with the ads? But you know, she said these things about Issa Rae, you know, and Issa Rae's behavior, coming for Issa Rae, and basically her reputation. And is that the video? Can you play it? If you can't,
oh
that's
no,
fine.
it's a different video. Sorry. This one about the dang, it was an hour and 44 minutes. My gosh.
Oh no, because yeah, she's and she's since left posting on Threads, posting on posting on Instagram. I think Meta things. She left it since Meta decided to remove the fact checking or those type of things. And so now Amanda Seales is calling the 92% fools.
Huh?
She's calling the 92% fools. And I had I dropped the link in our text chat, but
are you controlling 90% of black women
that voted for Kamala Harris?
Yeah, this is all Ben. he took over.
Okay, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna drop it in the chat, Ben. Hold on.
Nah, come on, David. We can work together, man. Let's integrate. I'll do
articles. No, Ben, look, no, this is David's day off. We give that white man a day off on President's Day.
You let him out the dungeon for a day.
I took the chains off his little wrist, let him get a little, you know, little air, little light.
listen. No, for real. Why she say that about the black women who voted for Kamala Harris? Help me understand that. I lost your audio. Queen.
Yeah, we lost Rebecca's audio.
Rebecca, we lost
I'm back. Click on the you see, this is why I'm losing audio. I'll tell y'all, audience, please continue to support the channel. Okay, we just told y'all how the bill was due for this programming that we're on right now, and the mic cord is falling apart. It's falling apart. Tripod is not on its 3 legs, baby. It's on its last leg with a little box underneath. If y'all could see the setup. So please support some of the people that was in the 92%. Okay. So
all right. We put a commercial right in the middle of the story. All right. And I love it. Amanda Seales calling black women. Didn't she vote for Kamala?
Thank you, Ben. Please play this video first. It's in the chat. Play the video first, and we gotta play this out. Because I was gonna do it on my own, but I said I ain't no gossipy girl. I don't even like talking about the girls online too much. But we gotta talk about this. Amanda Seales, who actually is known for her commentary on a lot of things. She said some problematic things actually against, I think, a football player at one time, blamed him, said that, you know, accused him of something and had to come, and she didn't even apologize, double down on it. A whole thing. It's been a whole thing. In her life, there's been problematic things on air. I think she's a great actor, a beautiful woman. I even used to look up to her when I lived in New York, when she used to do a show on MTV. I forgot what it was called, but things like this. And I even seen her live doing comedy back in the day when she was in her 20s. So seeing her now, I think she's losing ground. She's the pivotal voice in politics for some people too, who like to get their political views from this woman. But now Amanda Seales is, to me, losing ground, and it's okay for us to have the conversation about people that we should no longer accept when they're giving us absolutely nothing, or when they're attacking the same people that they're supposed to be a part of the group with. Wow. We got to sometimes let people go and let them go find help. You know, this is one of the people I think is losing it. Let's take a listen to what she said about the 92%.
When I see black women doing the whole like, I'm in the 92%, I'm like, you sound like a dumb fool, because you're 92%. All you did was really just say, okay, we're going to uphold an establishment that's never cared about 92% of us. They've never cared about you ever.
One, Did you vote, sweetie? Did you vote for Kamala? Which is none of my business, whatever. Or did you vote for Donald Trump? Or did you just sit out this time? Were you one of the people that was saying to hold their vote? Was it the Palestine? Were you? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But what I do know is to call the 92% of people fools. And then we understand. And here's what I say is a very hurtful situation. If we do nothing as women, as Black women, or as Black men, if we do nothing when it comes time to vote, not only are we slapping the ancestors, the people who fought for us to do this, we are making room for another Donald Trump, JD Vance, and Elon Musk. We have those people who were our ancestors got so many nose slaps in the face, all kinds of, were beaten, bruised, raped, hosed down, places burnt down.
But what was
all of these things that happened?
Rationale though? Why did she? It didn't.
Her trying to say this was basically due to the fact of I don't know. I feel like she again panders. I feel like she does all those things, but I feel like she. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to see what we saying. She was also a no on Trump. What I think, yeah, she was a no for both of them because of Gaza. I remember her doing something about that, but I'm trying to say I don't remember if she was third party either. But I will say Amanda Seales is problematic when she does stuff like this because we understand people follow her for this. People are going to say, "Oh, yeah, I don't want to hear what she was saying." The system, all the systems that we work in, work around, work under, work alongside. In order for us to even break through and fix it, for us to have gotten something like a inclusivity in our little Black programs and all that, somebody had to take an L for years. Somebody had to mention it. Somebody had to go vote for it. Somebody had to be the person to do all this stuff. And you're telling us that we shouldn't have voted, or you're making the 92%. And I don't even care for the name or the 92% or whatever the case may be, because I feel like now they done made it into some kind of club, then other people can't get in type stuff. But outside of that, telling them people that they're fools for voting, Black women for doing what they were supposed to do, coming out and trying to make sure that this is happening right now didn't happen. Yes. And you as a Black woman sitting here and saying this, knowing what it is looking like right now.
Yes.
Let's be honest. This is not the only thing that she has said that has been problematic, but when it comes to politics, at that. But these are the people, and people are online saying, you know what? Let's not call her out. I don't want people to dogpile on her. This is the same woman that keeps opening her mouth, getting on a microphone and saying things like, you 92% people are fools. You're dumb. She gets to say all these things. She gets to get out here, call Issa Rae all types of liars and angry and call the lady of Floetry jealous and then all just continuously attack people every time she gets on the mic. And it's okay for us to not want to dogpile on her, but when we coddle this person, we give them an opportunity another day to get on the mic and say things like this. She's going to keep taking it up a notch. We're fueling somebody to say anti-Black things.
Yes.
Under the guise of doing this is how we should do it if we stand together. But that to me is anti-Black.
Yes.
How can we change the system by doing nothing? Honestly, it's true. Like, we can't. I know I said I'm just going to sit back, but I'm going to sit back and do the work that's going to benefit Black people. This is not doing that. This is not doing that. So now we're in a place where I feel like the conversations online, I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, I deleted my post that was telling, Amanda Seales not to be problematic because I don't want people to." But I said, this is week after 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 week. She is coming out with something else that is problematic, and we're at a time where I'm like, she's going to turn into a Kanye West if we continue to coddle her.
Trajectory right there.
She's going to turn into that type of person if we continue to coddle her. She begged after going on Shannon Sharp's show, she had things that were not nice to say about Shannon Sharp, that he had to come out and correct and say, "Ma'am, you called me for this interview. You called my people to do this interview." She accused Shannon Sharp's team of being a certain kind of way to her when she got in there. It's very problematic. Again, people in this industry, I don't know if she's looking to get paid. I don't know if she's not mentally aware or am I not mentally there. I don't know if she's going through the phase of not seeing herself where she wants to be in this lifetime right now. I don't know. But I do know
hard place to be.
That we have to be able to have the conversations about we need to put Amanda Seales to the side right now. And then we can have conversations with other people who want to figure out what we're going to do in these next 4 years. How are we going to get past this next 4 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
We should be able to address it and not ignore it because she has people who actually love her and follow her who are listening to this, and they're going to go the route of hold your vote. Don't vote. It doesn't make any sense. Your voice doesn't matter. And that is a slap in the face to people like Fannie Lou Hamer, Shirley Chisholm, even Martin Luther King. Well, we know his name for sure. Malcolm X. Anybody who has fought for our right in any type of way, even the people in the Black Panther, this is a slap in the face of all of these people who know how much our voice is too powerful.
Yeah.
I don't care if all of the systems were literally, she knows this. All of the systems that were created with not with us in mind. So they were created against us. Yeah. And that's why we have fought just for us to do things like even be able to get on the internets and have these type of conversations to about 5 people, good people that watch every day. But to y'all about Black issues like this, it is important for us to continue to try to infiltrate these spaces. And when they don't want us in it, we make our own and continue the conversations where they are forced to listen or invite us. Enough is enough. Yeah. You don't get to say, the 92% are fools. Then people stayed up all night. Some people were waiting for the opportunity. Then people are the first ones when Kamala said, because they gave her Joe Biden gave her last minute because he wanted to drag it out until last minute. Black people were the first ones who got together on a phone call and raised millions. Black women were the first ones to do that. So don't play. Don't play. Amanda Seales, you're problematic. And if you can get away with that conversation, you can get away with a lot more if we let you. So we're going to address this right now. Right now. And then we are right now, Jesus, we're going to address this and we're going to put you to the side.
Come on.
And that's it. People are saying, don't address it. She's a person like everybody. She is, but she gets online and she is disrespectful to people. Why does she get to do this all the time? The same way that we did with Kanye? Absolutely not. She shouldn't get that. I don't want Kanye's grace anymore. This you see the way that Kanye was getting grace years and years and years ago. This time around, Kanye didn't get no grace for his recent anti-Semitic and anti-Black and all them comments he made. We ain't hear no Black person say, y'all not hearing Kanye though. They sick of him. So that's where I am right now. I know I didn't want to be a gossipy girl. I didn't even want to get into the girls' conversation where the girls was arguing online about it. But I think that we have to be careful. This is the specific time to be careful, to not allow this person into what we are trying to do in this moment, to go ahead and deter you from when it comes to the next 4 years. And when it comes to getting to that voting booth, you're not going again. Because the system was built against you. Your job, it is built against you, friend. Your doctor's office, I'm pretty sure, against you. All of the systems were built. Your financial institution against you. Your housing against you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you can find that anywhere. And we will not allow you to have these type of conversations that are very draped in what conservatives have been pushing out for a long time. Why vote? These systems aren't even built for you. They're built for us. Black women shouldn't do anything. Sorry,
Rebecca. No. everything that you said and then some, right? Because they have groomed and developed a generation of Black people who, I guess when the rubber meets the road at the end of the road, I mean, can't stand Black people. Because that's what it's given right now. When I'm listening, when I think about the rationale. Now I understand her hesitation, and somebody clarified that in the chat. They said that her reasoning and her justification was Gaza, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they still not fools for voting for Kamala Harris. Look at what we're dealing with now. If Kamala Harris had won, we would not have Elon Musk infiltrating all of his dirty little fingers and his son's snotty nose into the mechanics and the pulleys and the levers of the federal government.
Not another, sorry, Ben, breaking news, another plane crash, child.
Yeah. Hang on, I saw that. But you know, I'm so horrible. I saw everybody survive. I prayed.
Okay, you already saw it. Ben's so good. No, you actually good at that. You, while I was going off, you was reading. Okay.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
No. Everyone survived. So praise the Lord for that. I would, certainly break. But that's too many planes falling out the sky, y'all.
It's true. And listen, a Delta Airlines flight crashes at Toronto Airport. The passenger jet appears to have crashed at Pearson International Airport, according to footage, of course, because everybody has footage of these things now. Whoo, Lord, and it's been taking me out. The airport acknowledged that there had been the incident after users shared images on social media. It said it was the Delta flight was completely upside down on the runway. And that's pretty much it's a developing story now, but Ben says he's already seen that everybody survived.
Hang on, let me, but as you were talking, wow, I'm gonna pull the pictures up.
Mm-hmm.
It is there I go again. That's the one. That's the thing right there. That's the thing right there that gets me right there. There it is.
Yeah. So
the pictures from it are that's too many airlines in 1 month. This is only 1 month. I lost the tag. Here it is. 1 month, Rebecca. How many planes is that?
Was that been four, including a medvac plane? I think it's been about no. I think it's been like 5, because we had one in Alaska too.
My goodness. Yeah. But I'm like I say, yeah, I saw it and I saw that everyone survived. And so I prayed and I was like, I'm grateful and that everyone survived that, because that's a nightmare.
That looks scary.
That's a nightmare for the people on it. I don't even want to imagine. Don't want to imagine.
Okay. Our producer does have to step away. I know we're heading to the 4 o'clock hour. I know we're at the end of the show. And we talking about plane crashes. I really hope that everybody is safe, like Ben said, with this latest. David wanted me to let you know to end the stream and hit the outro video when you end, and he wants it to be in order.
I got you, Dave. Appreciate you.
But there's been so much, even on these 2 weeks that we haven't been, what we're covering right now or what we're talking about is pretty much light to what has been going on. You talk about the plane crashes. That of course is a result of I believe, of Donald Trump and him doing away with necessary protocols when it comes to aviation, especially here in America, like all of the things, removing the people in place, just all of it. And I think there's some pushback going on, so that in the beginning, it's like Donald Trump felt invincible, that even though Supreme Court rules that he can't do this and he can't do that and da-da-da-da, Donald Trump thought he could still get away with it. And it looks like it's not working for him right now. And Elon Musk, a lot of the rulings or a lot of the things that they thought they could do, Elon Musk working with was it Visa to get people's information or to have access to people's information financially and things of that sort. And they blocked that. And just a couple of other rulings that judges have been blocking, judges that are actually, one was Trump appointed, one was, I think, Bush appointed. It's like all the things that Donald Trump thought he can get away with, He has gotten away with some things, many things, but now we're looking at some of the things aren't working in his favor by people that he's actually appointed.
Yes.
He went too close to the sun, and they're like, absolutely not. This is not what we agreed on.
Right.
And like I said, even the small towns that he was able, that we know that he can always grab, those small country towns that are mostly conservative, Republicans, very racist, they are now flipping their long time, probably lifetime seats of red locally, flipping those seats blue. So this has to be telling you something here.
Yeah. You know, Rebecca, I think we might need to broadcast a little more often. I don't know what your schedule
No,
is.
I'm down with it. The only thing is I would be able to broadcast a little bit more often if I'm making money here, because Ben is, I don't know if anybody knows, I was free, but I had to go back and give me a little jobby job because I got to pay my bills. Things started to pile up. I had to do what I needed to do.
I feel like, you know, I feel like when we do what we do, we give these people hell. That's why that man called in so mad. We forgot why he called in so mad, because we've been releasing people for filth for almost a decade.
Yeah.
7 years, you and me.
Yeah. Yep. That was after we left the original content.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, we were trying to listen. We did it. I moved, anyway, I don't want to talk about it no more. I moved down to Atlanta to work for that company. And
I remember
down 6 months in.
I remember as I changed my battery. I remember, and your wife was one day pregnant.
Yeah. Oh man, he said he is 7 now. He is 7.
Is that folks, is that his picture on your page?
No, that's me.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
That picture looks just like Jeremiah.
Yeah,
that looks like Jeremiah.
Hang on, let me see it.
It is crazy.
You can't tell that's from like hang on, I'm gonna put it on the screen real quick.
I really thought that it was Jeremiah. I said, oh, look, he did like a cute little vintage look with Jeremiah.
Yeah, I mean, you think that looks like Jeremiah?
What?
Yes, that looks like my boy Jeremiah. Oh no, Jeremiah looked like me.
Yeah, no, Jeremiah. I think I told you that from day one. That baby looked just like you.
Yeah, that's
just
me.
like you.
That's me. That's me back before life.
I remember Ben so much so that, and see, people don't understand when I say
I
that.
thought I had it on screen while we were talking. Yeah,
look at, oh my God. And it looks like Benjamin.
Yep.
What? And I'm not talking about you, Ben. He got a son named Ben, y'all.
Yeah.
Jesus. And your daughter, y'all all look alike. You and your wife look alike now. Y'all at that stage. So I say this to say,
where we finish each other's sentences. Me and my wife, we finish each other's sentences.
I love that for y'all. I love that for y'all. I do. I love that for
when we having to read our little kids for filth. Like we got to straighten them out. We tighten them up. We would, as much as I don't like Donald Trump, Rebecca, not nary one of my kids would go into the Oval Office and say some stuff like that.
Sat down somewhere. Who you talking to?
Sit down. Get some home training. This is what happens when you have 13 babies from 4 different baby mamas.
It is. Look, and white folks be having baby mama, baby daddy drama all day, but they want to pin it as a black people thing. They be having all kinds of side babies, middle babies, in between, all kinds of things. Now, listen, I was thinking about when your wife, and I know this has nothing to do with anything, but that has something to do with everything. Look, Freddie Maldonado said Rebecca deserves a professional studio. And dude, when I get enough money, I can get me a whole office in the home. Like, yes, all I got is this kitchen table right now. That's it. But I will say, Ben, I remember this moment, and then we can leave. But I remember when your wife was having the baby. I remember being at the job and me and you asking them what because they were like, oh, there's going to be ACA. They were changing Obamacare to Affordable Care Act and under Donald Trump. And I remember us thinking, okay, I need healthcare. I need to be able to go get my yearly. I'm a woman. I need to be able to go get my yearly checks and all types of stuff. And that was the year I found out what was going on with me as well. But I remember you getting frustrated with the boss at the time and was like, you said that we were going to be able to. And they were like, well, you can look up this program. And I had to, even though they said that they were going to pay for our benefits, they didn't.
Right.
I had to look up free at the time because Obamacare was still in the mix. They were transitioning over to ACA. I had to look up free healthcare. And thank you to, I think it's called Peach Care at the time. I had that. And they are the ones that helped me find out what was wrong with me, you know, at that time. But I remember for you, we were in the studio and your wife's water broke. After work, you were in the hospital and you had to go to the most rinky-dink. I'm not going to name the name of that hospital, but you had to go to the most rinky-dink hospital. And your experience at that time was terrible. You sat in with your wife's water broke in the hallway or wherever for hours. I remember you FaceTime me and your wife was sitting next to you. And that baby was not out yet. And y'all was sitting in the lobby. I said, in the lobby?
No.
You were like, yeah.
You gotta have that. Hang on.
Nope.
You talking about Jeremiah?
Yes. And I remember you were like, yep, we're having the baby. And she was like, hey, Rebecca. I said, how long have I been out of the lobby? Hours.
We didn't get, no, that wasn't us. Hang on. Cause I was gonna say, cause Jeremiah was born in Emory.
Ben, I remember this like it was yesterday.
No, hang on. I remember. Now I have to ask, cause actually I think I put a video out on it. So you'll remember getting this is me when I thought I was 8 generations in. Well, I'm sure it was 8. Anyway, digress. No, cause I got to put the record straight because my wife gonna hear this. Because from my best recollection, do you remember you remember Max? He used to work with me in Boston. Super tall white dude.
I remember Max.
Because he came to the studio down in Atlanta a couple times, right? And so he was in the studio with me that one time, and my wife went in for a checkup. See, I know the story because she tells it.
So was it no? Okay, look. So maybe her water didn't break yet. Y'all thought it did, and she went into the doctor, and there was
She was already in the doctor, and she was there for a checkup, and they were like, "Nah, we think you're gonna have to go ahead and have that baby now." And then she called me. I was at the studio, and I was getting ready to do a live show, and so I had to tell everybody on the live show. I was at the same warehouse that you're talking about. And I was getting ready to do a live show, and I had to tell everybody I had to get out of here. So we didn't do a live show. We went to the hospital, but it was a great experience. Emory was great, and the doctor.
No, I'm telling you, I remember this like it was yesterday, and it may not have been that her water broke, but she thought it did, or something happened, and y'all was at the hospital for hours, and I'm like, y'all in the lobby? In the lobby? I remember calling. I FaceTimed you, and you were like,
must have been another big.
I think she had on a red and black checkered shirt because I'm really good with the memory. A red and black checkered shirt or something of the sort, and it could have been you. One of y'all had that on.
Rebecca Azor, you got to take my word on this one. Take my word on this one. So we go just because I can't let
healthcare wasn't good. My whole point of getting here was
straight. The record has to be straight in the streets.
Okay, so point that I was trying to get to.
In terms of that story, my wife loves telling that story. My wife that's one of her main stories that she tells is how she was at the hospital. And I ain't gonna tell it again, but the point remains the same, right? Going back to Elon Musk and tying it back into the lack of healthcare, going all the way back to the fact that we were working for a progressive media company and didn't give you nor me health care. And there you are having to face one of the most critical times of your life without health care. And my wife and I were doing the same thing at the same exact time. And we all the way we comparing notes, they tried to divide and conquer you and me. Remember that? Remember they tried to put you against me and me against you.
I remember like it was yesterday. I was never against you because I'm such a happy-go-lucky person, and it made you sick. And I was like, hey man, how's the day?
I was like, would you stop all that singing? I'm trying to work.
Yeah. You're like, God. I'm just like You know, you was just like you were through with it. I'm like, did you hear that new Molly music? There's a great. He has this song. I remember this is not, and you can't say this is not the true story either, Ben. There was this song called Jeremiah.
Yes, now that
by Molly Music, and then you were like, "What's that song name?" And you played it again, and you love that song. He was like, "You know what? Me and my wife are thinking about it."
No. See, little detail, and it's cool.
Look,
cool.
Here we go again. What?
It wasn't by Molly Music. It was by an artist called Jerem. Artist called.
Sorry, it was BJ, the Chicago kid.
BJ, the Chicago kid. Yes,
BJ, the Chicago kid. There we go. You did. It wasn't Molly Music. Molly made that. It was it's called Jeremiah, and it's a good song. And Ben, you were like, "Oh, I like that song," but you're like, "That's a good name. That's a good strong name for my child." And because we were there at the office for thousands of hours.
Oh, hang on. Wait. I gotta see. Oh my goodness, I can't believe. Here's the thing, though, Rebecca. I forgot we worked that many years together. Mm-hmm. These last 4 years have been like high key. I've been on hiatus, right? And then we could actually pause and consider the work that we did there. You get a few details wrong, but that's okay. Because I think the most important thing is in this conversation is that we have been in the trenches of progressive media since before Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens and all of these suckers came on the scene. We were out there getting millions of views, and they weren't paying us no health insurance.
No health insurance. Literally out there. And that's why I believe, at some time I was disrespected by some of the people that in that time when I was going through my whole issues and stuff like that. And the bills were really high. I had no money and I had to go. That was around the time I had to go from the studio to the doctor, to the studio, to the doctor, to the studio, to the doctor. And I remember one of the leaders asking me, "Hey, Rebecca, you think your situation is that serious that you got to miss work for it?" So I was showing up to work until one day the cyst burst while I was on air. And I was holding it down that day by myself. I was doing the 5 p.m.
I was about to mess up memory. I was getting ready to say, I remember that, but I wasn't sure that.
You only remember it because I called you crying the next day from the doctor's office.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. And because we had to go on air. Like we were
I had to drive from there. Yeah.
We were getting these attacks nationally
and within the system that was not created for us.
So long ago in this game. And this is important because where we are right now is a direct line of all the stuff that was happening 7 years ago. Right? People have short memories, and if we don't hold on to our memory, then we will literally forget the fact that this has been MAGA in the making for many years, because that's that's the exact time when we got that voicemail. That white man called both of us N-words, monkeys, and go back to Africa.
And essentially, it felt like we were being called that by our bosses at the time. Our voices being muted.
Economically,
all those things. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I made nothing on that show. They made so much. They made sure that I didn't know about monetization and things like that. And we were monetized, making thousands of dollars for these people. Imagine at that time we were 500,000 views, 5,000 views for in a few, just our lives. Our lives were 5,000, 6,000 people on our live. Remember those days?
Yeah.
And and I always say, like, I'm okay with not being famous or whatever. I may be known, but I do need to make a living off the work that I'm going to be doing, like this work that I've been doing for years. So when I say this, I know people will be like, "Girl, please, what you been doing?" Wait. Before the people who owned us at that time deleted all of our content, all you would be able to do was pop in and see our stuff at millions of views and at thousands of views.
All our content.
Yep, they deleted it.
Yep. All of our shows.
Yep.
We had thousands. I mean, I don't know. We did it for, well, no. It wasn't that many shows because it only lasted 6 months. See, my memory was about to mix it up then. It felt like thousands of shows, but it was.
And we continued on. No, it lasted 6 months with them. We continued on.
That's right. We continued on. We did for about 3 months, but it didn't really.
And they kicked us out. I will never forget. I was enraged, and as cool as a fan as I am, I said, "You talk to me like that. My last paycheck." I remember, and I stormed out. I had a denim top and a denim pant. Stormed out in our little makeshift.
No, you mixing that one up, because actually, let me tell you why I ain't trying to correct you, but it was worse than that. It was way worse than that, Rebecca, because he called and put us all on the phone. This is a progressive, by the way. Now, I ain't got no beef with him, man. I probably call him.
Oh no, Ben, he put us on the phone before we met in the studio. We still came to work after that meeting on the phone.
And there's this progressive man tried to require us to just on the phone just say, okay, no problem. When there was a problem, there was discussion to be had. It wasn't settled just because you tell us it's settled. I know people are like, yeah, well, then Ben, that was your job, but there was on the principle of the job. It was on the principle of the fact that we were doing the job. It was on the principle of the fact that we were doing the job when they weren't even coming to the office, getting millions of views before Ben Shapiro, before Candace Owens, before Charlie Kirk even. We saw all these suckers come on the scene, and we try to tell folks, y'all better invest money in media. Y'all better invest money in media. This is why Rebecca's work is so important, because she knows you can go in and reach over there and grab all of the young Black women and a lot of young Black men who are interested in that Amanda Seales story. But at the same time, you could break down what's going on, not only in the White House, but what's going on the international stage. And we need that voice out here. So people do need to support Rebecca Azor, and you do need to be able to do this work because you have a very important ability, Rebecca Azor, to look at what's going on around the world and synthesize it all into something that the people can understand and laugh at. And there we were. You can even get insurance for that battle with cancer.
Couldn't even get insurance. At that time, I owed so much, and I had to start working for, that financial institution to get good insurance, because they lure you in with that, and the insurance is so great, which helped me through. But then I owed so much for it's so great until I found out about pre-existing conditions. Until I found out about all this other stuff. So, but I'm so grateful I'm here where I no longer have to deal with that anymore. Back in June, fresh. Back in June was the day that I was able to finally get a clear report.
Hallelujah.
And so that's why I'm like, you know what, y'all, like I was having this conversation with Olay, and she's like, why don't you just come on? You just do the videos. And I said, I honestly don't feel like it. I feel like it, but then I don't feel like it. Not because nothing is wrong. I just don't. Y'all don't understand this is like a breath of fresh air for me doing this show. I love it. But I also feel like I got to talk, and I don't feel like talking because y'all don't know. This thing has been a long time coming. I feel like I've been saying this thing already. And if I'm sitting down and having these conversations with y'all again, it is me being repetitive. And again, I don't get paid to do this. So I'd rather kind of just touch grass and get my money doing my 9 to 5. But every time I try to do that, it's not comfortable.
Right.
And it's not comfortable because it's
designed to be uncomfortable.
Right. And it's not comfortable.
You good benefits, but they drain your soul as well.
I'm not supposed to be doing that. That's why it's uncomfortable. I'm supposed to be doing this. So
here's why. Can I say why?
Go ahead, baby.
Y'all, we are at war. We are under attack. Where's that clip of Michael Steele? Michael Steele said something I think people really need to hear. This Black man. Michael Steele is a former party chair of the Republican National Convention. Michael Steele. And your country is under attack. That's what he said. And he makes it really plain of where we are. Here's why Rebecca is so important in this moment. And I can't stress this enough. Our country is under attack. And one of their number one tools is misinformation and propaganda. And one of their number one tools is to make people take advantage of the fact that people forget. And I'll never forget an episode you insisted. You said, no, what we're going to do is we're going to have a day of remembrance so that we can remember all the crazy stuff that's been happening. And so you're important because you're able to synthesize this stuff into something that can fight back. And I know we ain't got but 30 viewers.
I actually got almost 100 today, and I'm so shocked.
But it's not like we ain't got millions before, and I think that's why it don't faze none of us.
That's why I'm trying to say that all the time. I think that's what I try to get out there. But that's what was crazy is back when 1,000,000 and 900,000 and 500,000 and all those viewers were a thing. Back when that was a thing, Ben, we wasn't getting cut the check. That's and right. Now it's like that's the thing. But I'm like, yo, I'm not fazed by the numbers. I've been there, done it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back with that. I really want to do this outside of this is literally my life. This is my work. This is what makes me happy. But I can't do it only solely, or I can't put all I need to do in it because I gotta eat. I gotta make a living. I gotta do what I need to do. So doing this has to always be on the side, and that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want to do this daily. I want to give y'all the content daily. I want to actually put in for Shades of Good News. I want to do those things, but I can't. And there are people on the internet who all they do is get on and regurgitate some talking points, and they get to make a living out of it. I actually have a heart for this thing. So
a heart, but also a need, because we are at war, and I know we got to go. So we might as well let's dovetail everything that we've talked about so far. That's why I said it sounds like we need to do more than one show a week now.
It does. It does. I think we're back. I think we've given ourselves a bit of medicine because we needed that. We did it for a year every Saturday. And I think that we needed to give ourselves that medicine because at the time I feel like our foundation was breaking, not with us together as a unit, but personally, because what was going on in the world, what was going on in our own lives. And I think that was what we needed to focus on in that time. But I think that we're at a better space, 100% for sure. I think we're at a better space. So, so we should talk about doing more. I know you ain't got no phone, so just hit me on my line. And thank you for thank you. Look,
I'm so free now. I'm so free,
and I want to be free, Ben. I want that feeling too. So, but I actually, again, how you said the story about your wife, I don't want to mistell it. So I thank you for checking me about that. But I remember something different, and it may not have been the birth of the baby. It may have been a checkup. I'm not sure.
Now that's a possibility. Because it ain't like all of our experiences with Black businesses have been all great.
Because no, it's you're the one that made me privy to the fact that, Rebecca, are you serious? You don't know how they treat Black women in the healthcare industry? I was like, no, not for real. And I then had the moment of my own. So, but anywho, we gotta read the super chats. I don't want to get out of here without reading the super chats.
I guess I got to put them up, huh?
Put them up, please.
And I'm pretty bad about that. We got to get better about that. Here we go. From Kim M. I've been trying to break down the Super Bowl. Okay, let us know how that goes.
Oh, we should have did that too. We should have did that one too next time.
For sure.
You know what? There's so many breakdowns right now on the Super Bowl.
What happened? I mean, I ain't even watched this first year. I ain't really watch it. What happened this year? Oh, Kendrick Lamar. I saw that now. Come on. Yeah. I'm thinking about the football game, but the halftime for sure. Nah, he did that. We should definitely talk about that. Who's got next?
I feel like he did that for sure. But I feel like there's so many breakdowns about it already. Actually, there's a breakdown that I'm on with Olay on Olay and Friends. Make sure you guys check that out.
That's why I'm like, it kind of threw me off.
Look
how fast the news cycle is. That was just last Sunday, and now it's like Super Bowl. Super Bowl?
People died like 2 weeks before that in a plane crash, and we're like
what plane crash?
Yeah.
What? How many plane crashes? Right? We're really. Do we realize how much we don't remember? Anyway, D-Cypher says, here's to hard work, smiles, and smirks. Thanks for the $5, D-Cypher. We really appreciate you. Omega Star, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Hi, Rebecca. You look gorgeous today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm on my feel good tip. I was sick for 2 weeks. I was out. I was down for 2 weeks, y'all, with the flu. And I got my hair done just for y'all in January. And I never got to show y'all. I felt ugly and sick for 2 weeks. And I'm like, nah, Rebecca, pick yourself up, because we know how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself. All that's going to tie into it. We're not doing 2025 like that. We're going to give the people a look when you on the people air. That's what you're doing.
As I say, I ain't going back on air without a blazer on some point.
And we ain't seen you without one since, man. We ain't seen you without one since. We're going to keep
the standard. We got,
okay.
I fell by the wayside. But we know better now.
Thank you, Omega.
All right, thank you for that. Tiger said 26-year-old when he's in his 53. Muskrat gonna end up in the next Kendrick diss. Say Elon. Say Elon. Love it. I love it. Omega Star for another one, $4.99. Thank you for the coffee money. Shout out for coffee money. I don't drink coffee no more. I drink tea, Earl Grey.
I've been on tea. I'm Haitian, so it don't be Earl Grey. It be thé gingembre avec Faye.
D-Cypher for another $5. We appreciate you. Bills be like
that. And thank you so much, D-Cypher.
They do. And we say, oh my goodness, I love our languages.
Asa,
please say it.
I don't know. I think we're all butchering it for sure.
For sure. But thank you for the $5 though. Awesome live.
Thank you.
Thank you. Note live.
Not Los 2. No, not Los 2.
Not Los 2. What am I reading? When the going gets tough, the tough women turn professional. That's a fact.
Listen, the tough gets going, and it does push you into. Do you know what those people see? I'm going deep with it, and I'm gonna leave it right there. Ben, we gotta go to the next one. Trayvon Martin's mom had to become an activist.
Yes.
Because her child was murdered.
That's right.
And she was used to her everyday living.
Sabrina,
and here we are.
What's Sabrina's last name? Fulton.
I believe it's Fulton.
Right. And I can't even think of all the names. And I forgive me for massacring them. But then our sister who ran for Congress, her son was shot at a gas station in Jacksonville, Florida. Can't remember the names, but I'm recalling all the stories. Right. And
all of these people were forced into a position. They had to become professionals, which again, in those professional positions, those same systems are not designed for them to be in it. Amanda Seales.
That part.
Okay.
And this is why this whole DEI thing pissed me off so much. I'll be honest with you, it pisses me off so much. I mean, I don't let them see me pissed off, right? But underneath, I'd be like, I want to jump you little. That's you found your nice little way of saying the N-word, right? But it also is dismissive of the high caliber work that you get from Black women. You get it from Black men. No slight against my brother, because I'm one of the sharpest in the game, right? The only person that might be in the game out here who can cut as deep as me is Rebecca Azor, and she do it with finesse, with spear fingers. No.
Ben, you just gassing me up on the show just because, and please, because
people need to run the points. People need to watch these videos. People need to share these links. People need to clip these segments. Rebecca, you need to clip these segments and put it on your channel, because
I do.
Got to talk about this stuff.
Now,
Life. Please like the video. It helps boost the channel to more people. Restricted emoji here. Okay.
Thank you, So Life.
$5. Who else we got? Hang on. Did I skip one? Oh, here we go. We have Mike, $3 super sticker. Appreciate that contribution, my friend. Thank you. So there you have it, Rebecca.
That was it. No, I feel like, hold on. Maybe on mine. Let me look on mine. And I'm gonna read it from here though. We got Omega Star. Look, me trying to see. I got Mo. No, that's it. We read all the ones but I did get some on my Cash App. And let me go to my Cash App, which I really appreciate because I can get it right now. she
Oh, we
corrected.
got a new one. We got a new one. We got a new one coming in. Hang on. Go ahead and do yours too. Go ahead and do yours. Okay. I'm sorry.
She corrected me on how to say her name, and I want to make sure I get it right because sis has definitely been supporting in the Cash App, and I really appreciate you. I spotted that one that you gave me just a few days ago, and now you're giving again. Donyette. Thank you so much, Miss Donyette. I really appreciate you. And let me not forget everybody else. Captain Black Sparrow. I thank you for the Cash App. Aset Raw. I hope we're saying your name correctly, and if not, definitely give us how to pronounce it because we want to make sure you got you right. And let me see here. Dominique Richardson. Oh, I hope I didn't say your government. I got to do that right too. I don't want
you got to remember that. Yeah.
Denise, thank you so much. During the week, Laura Estrada, I really appreciate you. Lord Eddard Stark, I appreciate you. Thank you guys for really looking out for me. I really appreciate it. Once again, your support means that I can be here with y'all more often, give you more content. Make sure that this streaming service that I pay for to make sure that Ben gives y'all church on Sunday mornings is good to go. We got to make sure it's good to go. But honestly, y'all,
because I got to say, my wife will be very upset with me if I don't make this clear. The only reason we use the channel is because there's Facebook, like no, StreamYard, and I love StreamYard. I do like y'all, but
I don't mind us using it. This is for everybody.
No, it doesn't. They don't have the best customer service.
Oh, StreamYard,
huh?
StreamYard doesn't have the best customer service.
Like we have on our account, we can't connect it to a channel, right? And we've been going back and forth with tech support, like just trying to connect with them. Just connect. Can y'all help us get our channel so that we can connect it to the Facebook page? Like we can't connect it to the Facebook page and stream to our people on Facebook. So it's like there's a whole section of our online ministry that doesn't get it because they won't give us decent customer support. So that sucks because I worked in customer support for tech company like for years before I got promoted off of fries. But anyway, I don't even know how we got there. But StreamYard is a whole mess. And
no, it's okay.
Beyond that, back to the reason we brought up StreamYard is the fact that you have a voice and a platform that needs to be sustained and pushed and supported. And so we're going to start doing that. And I think we need to do it intentionally. And shout out to the folks on Leftist Mafia. I'm glad they're bringing you, like you've been on that now for almost a year.
No, over a year.
Wow.
For over a year.
Shout out to them.
For over a year. I can't believe it's been over a year, honestly, but it's definitely been over a year since I've been over there. I really appreciate it. No, I love doing that, but I really want to pour in akin to my own work because I feel like I have things to say. And thanks, shout out to Ole for giving me a little bit of pep talk. Ben, you for being a supporter for me 100%. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So
yeah, no doubt. We cheering on all black women around here except Candace Owens. That's the only black woman we ain't cheering on. Now she got a whole lot of reps. She got a whole bunch of little mini Candace Owens like Laverne Spicers and all these little black conservative women. But anyway.
And Amanda Seals, I love these black women who have done things in our space, but you got to be careful. I can't tell if it's grifting or I can't tell if it's falling apart. So I say, allow us to address it. And she needs to go sit down, take a breather for herself. I know a lot is going on with her, but we can't be on here doing a disservice and being counter. We can't do the opposite of doing the work amongst these people. Y'all get online and y'all want to be contrarians every day, and this is not the time.
It ain't helping nobody. It's destroying. It is destroying. At the same time, Elon Musk has his hands in every aspect. So I know we got to go, but folks, all of y'all that are still listening, here's the deal, y'all. These folks are literally taking over the United States of America from within. They're destroying it from within. Elon Musk is at the helm, and we barely got hardly any progressive voices out there at this level. Like everybody do what they do, but you certainly don't got a black woman out there who is at the scale that needs to be heard. Like there's plenty of black sisters out there that are doing the work, but they only
Olayemi Lauren. She's the great black woman that I know. There's other black women that I think are great too, but I feel like, y'all my people, y'all been rocking with me, and I know you're looking for me to give you more, and I got more to give. It's just,
but they don't let none of y'all voices get higher.
No, it can only be one. It can only be one. It can only be two. It can't be more than that. And then
unless you're going to do Candace Owens.
Yeah. Or you pit each other against each other. So now we got two people on the progressive side arguing about something that is not even, it's stuff like that. And I don't want no parts of it. That part I just don't want. Like, y'all know me. I ain't never seen me with no other groups of people until just now. I've always been solid in this community. And then my first real relationship with somebody in this, as far as like a outside of Like It or Not, has been with Olay. And then there's Leftist Mafia, which Olay has introduced me to as well. There, I've worked alongside with other people, but this has been, the true relationships that I have, and I'm blessed to have.
Wow,
And so.
I think, and I just know, because I'm trying to amp you up, because we got to go to war. I don't know if you're in war condition, because I know you just got out of, got from being sick, and you out in the streets trying to piece it together. But it's like, what Black folks have always had. What did Black folks have? We always had to do. We had to take two wooden nickels and rub them things together and make some magic happen.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
yeah. So with that being said, we're at the end of the show. I don't want to make magic happen with two
wooden nickels.
I know. I don't want to rub them together. Like I was saying this before. I said, listen to me, y'all. I don't want to get on here and be like, please, I need some O's. I got eyes, please. No, I'm gonna go to work, because if I do that, I'm gonna be on the street. No offense, it's not y'all, because I get it, but I gotta work until this works, right? And that's what I'm gonna do. So with that being said, just look out for this content I'm really excited about. It's going to be a little expose. It's going to be a report on the expose that has not been highlighted about the truth about what happened in Haiti. Like, my camera went off, but I know, Ben. It was my fault. I was not charging them batteries. I wasn't charging batteries. But listen, for support, Ben, you go ahead and talk. I'm just gonna pop in.
Yes, I'll close it out. God, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and gender non-conforming individuals, you have just been a part of the Like It or Not program with Rebecca Azor. We'll see y'all next time. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe, and send that Black woman a Cash App, and send our white brother who we keep in the dungeon, David, send him a Cash App too.
Work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, a real life ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin.